levels.
Straight up and down.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Okay, little go-go drums in there?
Yeah. DMV, you already know.
I'm grinding out.
I'm ready.
Lock in.
Hey, I'm different here, so I don't get fined. So y'all can sit here.
Friday, man. I usually don't do this on Friday.
Answer with the same answer, so
I'm here,
y'all can shoot if y'all please.
y'all know this mode.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Yeah.
Clock in the podcast.
Football Friday?
We might have something for the after dark. You know what I'm saying?
Football Friday?
So far with it. Sick. That's all y'all get.
Straight up and down.
Shout out to Russell, man.
You already know, man.
He's not here in real life, but he's here. He's here with his drops, here in spirit. Shout out to Grush, man. But episode, what, 43?
I think this is 44.
Is it 44?
Yeah, I think it's 44.
Yeah, we had lost count.
That's a good thing, man.
But it's Friday, man. Friday Night Lights.
Yes, sir. How you feel?
I'm feeling good, man. We both went to the barbershop. Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, man.
I still don't know Sean's last name, though. You know Sean's last name?
I don't. I don't think I've ever known my barber's last name. For real though,
What type of customer, man?
Did you ever know your barber's last name? Yo, Keith.
Right. Keith. Yeah,
Keith. Nate. Yeah, dog. I've never.
So barbers just don't have last names.
Yo, that's like facts though.
Nah, it is a fact.
We should do a poll.
I'm thinking Darvin's last name. Like,
I don't know
Darvin's last name was Darvin.
That dude sounds like a last name.
But anyway, we gotta introduce ourselves, man.
Yeah.
So we got Marshall Hamilton here, co-host of Clock in the Podcast, aka Cedrico.
Yes, sir.
We on our Russell. I'm grinding out hustle. We on our Russell. I'm grinding out hustle.
Yeah, my turn. Austin Hamilton here, aka Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, I like that.
Amen.
AKA Amen, man. You already know what it is.
Clock in.
Yeah, episode 44.
Clock in.
You know, it's Friday. So we typically record on Sundays, but the summer schedule is crazy for all of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we're trying to get this content out for y'all, whenever we can. So yeah, man, we're locked in and we're ready to get to it. So, of course, we got Nico. You already know. Can I get a yurt?
Yep.
KCQ in the building. Andrew, man, you deserve a round of applause.
Yeah.
You deserve a round of applause. Yeah, man. Let's mention our guy Aggressive in here, but he's enjoying a nice vacay. He celebrated his birthday.
He's in Miami right now.
Is he in Miami? Okay.
He's in Miami right now,
Yeah.
man.
I'm praying for him, man. I just came back from Miami.
Yeah, man. You gotta. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We're not gonna go there.
It was warm out.
Okay.
Warm out.
We'll say that for the after dark. We'll talk about that on the after dark. Y'all gotta get ready.
Nah,
I
for
gotta
real.
subscribe.
Miami was dope. Shout out to my guy Ryan Winters, man. We celebrated his bachelor party. He's getting married to Shelby.
Ryan's smooth, man. I like Ryan.
Yeah, he's a cold white boy.
Yeah, he's a smooth white boy. He got a little
cold white boy.
Little Travis Kelce thing going on.
Nah, okay? For real.
Shout out to Ryan.
He come to the cookout. But yeah, it was good, man. It was always nice. It's always nice to get away.
Mm-hmm. First time in Miami too, right?
Nah, we played Florida Atlantic.
Oh yeah.
So but yeah, like first time actually like exploring and doing stuff.
Was it South Beach?
Yeah, I hit South Beach, man. But we don't need to talk about me, man.
Let's get our plugs in. Let's get our plugs in. So,
talk about me,
look, we all have individual brands outside of Clock In, individual ventures. And part of the reason why, we've had to adjust some things is because our businesses are growing. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good problem to have. So, first and foremost, our guy Andrew's business, Tia Womack, content creation, videography, photography. He's been in his bag, man. You've been in your bag lately, okay? Look. He ain't been as humble as on the gram. You feel me? I like it. I like that. I like it, Andrew. I don't know if Katie likes it, but I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew's been.
We might have to talk. We have to bring that on the
after dark. Yeah. Andrew's been
some of that content. I was like, hold up now.
I know Andrew was on that. Okay.
Clock in.
Yeah. Andrew been in his bag. All jokes aside, though, Andrew he's awesome, man. He does. He started doing videos for us for the Goods basketball. He's responsible, along with his girlfriend Katie, aka KCQ Marketing, for our really.
For all y'all.
Yeah, we do need drops for y'all. But like the reason why our videos went from me screen recording YouTube to professional looking videos is because of them two. So shout out to KCQ Marketing. That said, she runs our social media. She also helps with several other clients with their social media, and she's the reason why our engagement has gone up. She's doing way. And not that we didn't expect her to do good, but they're both doing way better than we even expected.
That's about.
Shout out to Nico, Mr. Foley. You know what I'm saying? Nico might be out in LA soon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He might be out on a Hollywood. We might have to. I don't know, man. He might graduate. He might graduate from Clock In, man.
Nico from the West Coast, dog.
Yeah, whole time. You got a West Coast.
You from the West Coast, dog.
Yeah. You definitely.
You ever think about going back?
The bag gotta be different, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
The bag gotta be different.
But shout out to Nico, man. He does videography as well. Doing a lot of music videos for a lot of local artists. Again, if y'all listen to, I think last episode, working on the Wizard of Oz.
It's big time, man.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about words.
Big time.
See if I can get in where I fit in.
Done, I think.
Nah, I'm messing with you, man. But that's huge. That's huge. That's big time, man. And then, like Austin said in the beginning, Russell. He's actually our god brother. I don't know if we even ever said that. He's our god brother.
I think we have.
Okay, yeah. For the new listener, he's our god brother. He's been making beats since 2003, 2002. One of the best in the biz. We don't just say that because he's our god brother. I'm gonna be honest. If you're not good, I'm not gonna say you're good. I don't care how close I am to you. This is what it is.
It's a nicer way to put it. What you say, Nick, when somebody is like, I like this, and you got some potential or something like that.
Point out the good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
But how long you been doing? Oh, okay. Yeah.
4 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Just never hit them with the in 2-3 years you'll be good.
Yeah.
Don't ever say that to someone. Not just.
You just gotta give them a little bit of confidence, man.
Yeah, everybody starts somewhere. You gotta be self-aware too. Okay.
Facts.
You gotta be self-aware. But yeah, Gress, man. Gress, one of the best in the biz, one of the best producers in DMV. I believe he's gonna get his big break sometime here soon, and hopefully this platform can help him. So
Definitely.
Last couple things to plug. Patreon. It is now live, so if you go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/clockin, you'll show up to our homepage. It's $5.
I even got a little commercial in there. So if y'all listen to the pod and you made it all the way through, you would have heard the new commercial.
Yeah, Austin's commercial bag is tough. His voiceover bag is tough. I'm not even gonna hold y'all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. We have to look into it.
That's why I need some sponsors, man. It's good. Holla at me, man.
It's coming, man.
Hennessy after dark. It's a rock. Holla at me. Holla at me, Diddy.
You drink Ciroc?
It's been a while since I've had Ciroc.
I will.
Yeah, the bag is right. The bag is right. I know.
It's been a minute since I've had Ciroc.
That was a college drink, man. Anyways,
quick story on like Ciroc. I remember when you first start out like drinking, you don't know anything about alcohol, right?
Nah.
And like just turned 21, and I was out at some club with some friends, and Ciroc just like popped off. So like that's like the only drink I know is Ciroc and like Bud Light. So you know I'm at the bar, and I think I'm like the only one that's 21 out of my group of friends. So I'm like, yo, like, I need 3 Ciroc shots, not knowing anything. Dude gives me the shots, you know, keep it open. I was like, nah, close that joint.
$75.
Yeah. No, that joint was like 80. I was like, you. Like, what? Ever since then, did my research. Look, Diddy, man, I love you, but I can't fade that, man.
That's what the pregame is for, Chang.
Exactly.
It's a pregame drink.
Exactly.
Not a bar drink.
Yeah, please do not order a Ciroc shot unless you got it. Yeah.
Even when I get it, I mean, I'm not a huge drinker like that anyway, but just buy the bottle at the ABC store, man.
It's easy.
It's like 20 to $40.
30.
But yeah, Patreon, everyone just check it out. You know, there's a lot of different bonus features that come with it.
I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. All right, y'all ready? Here you go.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Just know. Just know. That's all y'all get.
Let me read
Go to
this.
Patreon and you gon', you know, it's after dark. You know.
All right, here's what it comes with. Y'all can come to one live recording a month, get behind the scenes content, bonus clock and after dark episode. Yep.
Yo, that's a great drop.
Weekly clock and motivational messages. 10% off merch, live show VIP, and a community board to discuss whatever you want. So, yeah, tap into that. We appreciate y'all's support in advance. And then clock and lifestyle video is out. Check it out. There's gonna be more coming. But yeah, that's it, man. As far as plugs, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, man, I had my first pedicure.
Oh yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, man. I think we talked about it like the week before, right? And
Yep.
One, it was a good experience. I'll say that. Good
It's live,
experience.
man. I got one. What, Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
My joints are sparkling right now. I can't.
They sparkling?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all, man.
Real live, like I'm at that point. You know, when you get older, you don't really care, man. I'm about to start having my toes out, man. I'll be honest with you. My toes is about to be out. Like for real.
I like walk the dog with the slide.
Yeah, but I'm talking like, yo, I might pull up to the gym with the toes out.
I'm out of town with the toes out.
Oh, word, like,
Out of town.
yeah.
Toes out.
But of course, like Nike slides, Adidas slides, but like, yeah, man, I'm at that point, man.
You at that point in your life?
I've reached that point in my life. Huh?
The thong rainbow joints?
Nah.
Chill.
No way. Yo, remember mom got us a pair of them joints?
Mom used to try to set us up, man. Mom and Nana. I love Nana, but
Did we have to tell a story about Valentine's Day? What she gave
the $2.
Yo, like true definition of like the dog counts. But like, come on, man. We were in high school, right?
Yeah, I was like 17.
Yo, we were in high school, and our Nana, you know, she sweetest lady. She sent us a card for Valentine's Day. We're like, okay, like yeah, that's what's up. We about to get at least like 10, 15, like 10, 15. So we opened that joint. It was $2, son.
And we started crying laughing.
Yo, $2.
And my mom is heated. My mom is heated.
Dog, $2.
And I can just hear her voice. I think she even put in the note. Y'all get some from McDonald's or something, you hear? Y'all get some little hamburger money.
Yo, Nana, man. No disrespect to you, but I can't do much for $2, man.
Nah,
low key back in the day,
That's
like
what I was about to say.
I'd be straight up a dog man.
Yeah, but like
I'd be straight up a dog man.
I feel like once you get to the
still
grandparent
hilarious.
stage, you don't understand that prices like rise. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't been in the gas station in like 10 years. They go there. It's
I've seen
$3.15.
Nana drive once, dog. I've seen Nana drive like
Yeah, and she looked a little scared too. She looked a little concerned. I'm not even going.
Wait, hold on, I'm tripping on Kawhi. My volume's a little low.
We gotta grow up. We gotta grow up. But all right, back to my pedicure. It started out with an older lady, right? I think she was the owner. And I come in and I already can see her attitude isn't good. It's not good. So she started working on my feet. She over here. She over here.
Yo, them joints was
You know how like they tell you to put your feet up like out of the water and all that. She was like put your feet.
Don't
here.
do that. Eric gonna be pissed off that.
That's just.
Man.
He was like she smacked the joint and was like grabbing my leg, and then halfway through it, she called in the reinforcement. She was like, I'm done with this. And she
Wait, for real?
She didn't. I mean, that's not how she said it. She didn't say anything.
But she had to get another.
She stopped, and then like someone else came.
Your joints was that cooked? Oh man, you was ticklish. Yo, you was definitely ticklish, dog.
Yo.
I can't even fake. I be getting ticklish sometimes. But
Nah,
for real,
I felt
all jokes
disrespected,
aside,
man.
let me get the sillies out. But
I wasn't feeling her attitude, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt mad disrespected that.
it was a good experience, though, for real.
Nah, it was. It was a great experience. It was really good.
Where'd y'all go?
Potomac Nails, like right off Route 7 in Sterling.
Yeah, that's where.
Near Nova.
Yeah, that's where me and Jess go.
And I think Jess recommended it.
Yeah. You was in the like massage chair.
Yeah. Nah, it was awesome, man. I'm definitely gonna do it again, but I wasn't feeling her attitude.
Yeah,
I was not feeling her attitude.
Nah, it's like it's live though. I see why women like love going to those spots.
It's an experience.
You know, I mean, it's like their like barbershop in a way.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, calmer, but like you can get wine there, you can get champagne. Like the only thing that I wish they would engage in more conversation. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, a lot of them can't, you know.
Yeah.
They don't got the best. Yeah.
So
they don't speak the best.
So what's in that?
You seen Rush Hour 2? Never mind.
Wanna come to America?
Chris Tucker is a fool.
God. All right. Let's get into it. Let me stop.
All right, last dumb topic. All right, I found a white hair in my chin hair today, man. I'm not gonna give my theory about who's responsible for that hair, but it was disappointing, man. I'm about to be 30 in a month. What's today?
20.
It's like the 25th.
5th.
So 3 weeks, I'll be 30. I'll be 30, man. So I mean, if y'all didn't listen to the last episode, I'm expecting a son in November. So you know, that may have something to do with it. But I'm looking at in the mirror after I got my haircut, and I'm like,
is that your first one?
Yeah, man. I'm thinking, you know how like
I got one in my head.
You know how like there's like a white string, and I'm pulling it. I pulled it about 20 times. Like, nah, this ain't what I think it is.
Yeah.
But I'll just take it as a sign of maturity. Man, hopefully it helps my beard grow. Okay, can connect because I'm not getting the results that I expected in 2021.
You and me both, brother. Man.
Brother. Call someone brother, man. You're a different kind of dude, man. But all right, Juneteenth, man. You know, I wanted to talk about this because it's been more popular and it's been more mainstream the last like 2-3 years, right? And you know, Biden makes it a holiday like 2 days before the holiday, right?
course.
So here's a quote. There's a couple quotes that I wanted to read that I saw on Instagram. The more I think about Juneteenth becoming a holiday, the more I think about the number of black low-wage and gig workers who have to work, knowing they will have to provide customer service to white people who can economically benefit from said holiday.
Who said this?
It was one of those quotes.
Oh, I thought you said
going.
I thought that Biden. I was like,
No. This is just like I seen a bunch of people repost it.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is a lot of these people last year were talking about that Juneteenth needs to be a holiday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are we like? What actually matters? And I'm not saying it should be a holiday. I'm not saying that like it's not a big deal because one other quote. I'm not going to say the full thing, but basically it's saying like Juneteenth isn't about getting drunk and high. Like this isn't the day to like
don't niggify this day. That's hilarious.
We don't have to bleep that out.
That?
I don't know. Oh, so it was on social media too.
We don't have to bleep that out.
Nah, I'm joking.
I'm about to Google niggify.
But yeah, it's like it became. I just don't understand. Some people's thought process when it comes to like last year when all this
just like an actual like people say this stuff.
That's a word?
That word? Of course, Urban Dictionary.
Niggardly is a word.
The act in which making someone or something black. Using in a sentence. Dang, bro, did you just niggify your ride?
That sounds like something from Malibu's Most Wanted.
It does. Yeah.
Or Undercover Brother.
Nobody uses that word. Nobody uses that word.
Yeah, but anyways, like I don't know, man. I'm torn about it because I feel like Biden did it as just one of those like, hey, we gave you all this. All right, now be quiet.
Yeah.
Like we gave you the holiday. I don't want to hear y'all complain anymore. But I saw a lot of the same people who were complaining about, Juneteenth not being enough. A lot of them were pressed on the same dude who did it. And I'm not getting political. I'm just saying, like, you can't have it both ways.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, now that most people got the president they wanted, like, now what? Like, what are they doing now? Are they chilling? Like, what? Is this back to your regular scheduled program?
Yeah, it would have been.
It probably is.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah, and it would have been the same whether he got elected or not.
So, but like I said, this isn't a political podcast, but
it's just like this stuff doesn't.
Yeah.
Like this symbolism. Like let's get down to results. And again, I'm not saying like, oh, Juneteenth isn't worth being a holiday. Yeah, you can definitely justify it, but is it gonna better our lives? Is it going to solve the problems that need to be solved? No, we have to do that.
It's another distraction, in my opinion.
It is.
It's another distraction.
It is because, like the second quote that I read said, I've seen a lot of people using it as a reason to get drunk, smoke, do all types of stuff, and make it a party.
I worked on Juneteenth. I honestly forgot about it.
Bro, I didn't even know that
Actually, no,
people had it off.
But yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
I said to the government, and this lady, black lady, one of my prospects was like, so you have tomorrow off. This was on last Thursday. And I was like, for what? She was like, Juneteenth. And, when you work in the private sector, like, you don't get holidays like that, for real. Like, MLK Day, you don't even get that most of the time.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, nah, like, I don't work for the government. I'm not, in the public sector, so I have to work. But I wasn't like mad that I had to work on Juneteenth. Honestly, MLK Day, I was like, yeah, man, I'm not working. Like, I'm taking time off.
Yeah, MLK, that's a little different.
And we kind of have a connection through our great grandfather that like is meaningful, but it's just like y'all been asking for results, and it's like there's some type of symbolism that happens, and then we cheer it on, and then 3 months later. Well, that's still not enough. Well, that's because the government isn't going to solve our problems. Period.
That's simple.
Period. So all the people that were like hyped about it, really really think. Like let's get back to logic. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors.
It's all facade.
Whether Biden or Trump did it. It's to say, hey, look what we did for black people, which really is nothing.
I mean, it's no different than a Cinco de Mayo. As far as just like what all goes down.
Yeah. And
so should we get Cinco de Mayo off?
But the difference is black people are the only people who celebrate Juneteenth. For real.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, the same people who won a wall or getting drunk and wearing, sombreros and all types of stuff, eating tacos, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
But they don't like immigrants from the same place. There's just a lot of contradiction, man. When you throw politics into stuff, like there's very few objective people. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I had to kind of get into Juneteenth because it was such a big deal last week. And
I forgot about it, honestly. And I don't know if that's a good or bad. I mean, it's not a good thing, but yeah, I don't put too much, into that type of stuff. Because like you said, man, what is it really doing for me and my loved ones, right? Like, I can't. I'm not about to get hyped off a holiday. That was literally like, okay, here, take it.
Yeah, for me, it's the heart behind why.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the heart behind
it's like, like, shut up, here. You have a day off. You happy now? All because of this Black Lives Matter stuff. Because if this thing isn't amplified the way it is, we're not having this holiday. We're not seeing all these black people, become executives.
We gotta start validating stuff ourselves.
Thank you.
Why did we need anyone else to validate this day for us?
And I respect the people.
Why do we need
something?
Right, and I respect the people who celebrated Juneteenth for years before it even got to this point.
Exactly, and that's my point.
That's why I respect that.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm not about to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. That just doesn't.
I'm not gonna be
right
fake. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know what it was last year. I didn't. I've heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was.
I seen people post about it, but was I like, we should
celebrate this? No, I didn't know, and that's maybe to my ignorance, but yeah, I can't just jump on the bandwagon of something that was magnified because there's an agenda behind it.
Yeah, there's again, social injustice. All these movements are
it's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic, man.
It's a feel good for a lot of these corporations.
Social equity. It's like social equity.
Yeah.
How should we celebrate
Juneteenth?
Like,
it's a good question.
I mean, what's the actual, like, if you look at the holiday, what is the significance, right? It's freedom. Isn't it the day that I believe slaves in Texas basically were like, we're free?
I think it was the day that the last slaves found out. And yeah, I think they went to Texas.
Let me
to me, here's my take. You celebrate it by taking advantage of all the freedoms we have and succeeding. Like this, to me, you don't celebrate it on one day. Your lifestyle should be a celebration of Juneteenth. Like, your lifestyle should be a celebration of, the Emancipation Proclamation and all the things that we have had to do to get to where we are, right? Like our lifestyle, that should be how we show that. Look, we're not wasting our freedom,
right?
You know what I mean? Like that's part of the motivation for why we do what we do, because we understand the need for black men and women to show that, look, we can do anything that anyone else can do, and a lot of times better, so that the next generation can look and say, oh, there's black men that are podcasters and that are CEOs of businesses. We have two black men in this room who work 9 to 5s, good 9 to 5s, and decided, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to have freedom of time and money, and I want to run my business full time. But guess what? Biden and Trump aren't going to talk about you guys.
No.
Because it doesn't fit their agenda. That's just what it is. Like, if you look at the media in general, there aren't good examples of, especially right now, black men that are being projected. You know what I'm saying?
Besides athletes, musicians, that's really it.
But a lot of that has to do with you're entertaining me.
Exactly.
Right? Because as soon as someone leaves a team or an artist does something that they don't like supports kneeling or whatever, then you see people shoot colors.
Doesn't play well.
Right, doesn't play well.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking about.
Which we'll get
So
into.
it's that's my thing, man. Like, I mean, that's a long answer to how do we celebrate Juneteenth, but I'm not about just one day of celebration. Like, it should be the way we conduct ourselves, because a lot of people who celebrated it really aren't doing much with that freedom.
Just so people know what it is. This is according to I think Wiki, but Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of African American slaves. It is also often observed for celebrating African American culture. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it has been celebrated annually on June 19th in various parts of the United States since 1865. Since 1865. And this is just now like a thing. Yeah, I don't know.
And there were some states, I think Georgia and one other southern state, that didn't give their state employees the day off.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic. But yeah, man, like, all this symbolism stuff, it doesn't really mean anything to me. Like, we've talked a lot about it throughout these episodes. But I did want to get into men's mental health, man. It's Men's Mental Health Week. And there's a lot going on in this world, man. And even with me personally.
Hold on. Wasn't Mental Health Awareness Month in May?
Yeah, but this is Men's Mental Health Week.
I know, but it's just...
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Who's coming up with this stuff?
I don't know.
I mean... It's fine.
I'll take
it's fine,
it.
But it's like, we just celebrated the month for mental health. But yeah.
We digress. It did make for a good topic to discuss.
Yeah, for sure.
And one of the things that we did this week is we asked followers what they would want us to talk about. And one of the topics was, what can one do to conquer fear? So, man, like, I want to pass it to you, because, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen you, like, struggle with fear like that. Doesn't mean everyone has done it, right? But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like your demeanor and how you operate, you I feel like you approach fear with a good mentality. So, I mean, like, how do you answer that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. I think, it's funny because, and you know this, man, growing up, I was a pretty, like, fearful kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was, I didn't like, much like my son Ryder now, didn't like a lot of noise. I was terrified of thunderstorms. Like
certain movies and stuff,
yeah.
like
I mean,
that.
kid stuff, but like, I was definitely like a fearful kid. So it's interesting that you say that. But yeah, I think when it comes to conquering, fears and like, I don't like to use that word fear. Maybe it's just something that, you may not have the confidence in. You just first have to address it and understand it, right? Like, for me, I've mentioned this story before, and this isn't like what's deemed as like a fear, but like dunking in a game. I had several opportunities in college to dunk. Like I'd get a steal, fast break, but I would just literally be up there and finger roll it. Because I was fearful of making that mistake and coming out of the game.
Yeah.
But I knew deep down inside, and it got to a point, and this happened after, where I was like, man, you know what? Like, I put in countless hours on my body, on my legs, to be able to get up that high. My first dunk, man. Well, actually, rewind. My first dunk happened in high school.
Yeah.
Against
Oakton, right?
Yeah.
In the district semis.
First dunk was in high school, but when I got to college, man, I was fearful of making mistakes. But I got to a point where I was like, you know what, man? Like what am I afraid of? Like, it's just a missed shot if I were to miss it. I've missed thousands of shots. So I was just like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna go for it. And it started in like these men's leagues. Like I'd get a fast break and just two hand slam it. And then from there, anytime I get an opportunity, if my old man legs will brace me, I'll try and dunk it. So I think the first thing is addressing it and understanding, like, what's the root of it?
Yeah.
Like, what's the root of this fear? Where does this even come from? And then for me, it's like, this is like, it's silly. Like, it really is silly. Like, me not trying to dunk when I can do it. I've done it plenty of times.
Yep.
But yeah, you got to understand yourself too as well, right? We talk about, just looking yourself in the mirror and addressing yourself. And I think if you can, conquer yourself and understand, what it is about me that, may cause this fear, then it's like, okay, how can I maneuver through this, right? But yeah, I think it's easier said than done, man. But at a certain point, it's like, what am I doing? Like, make the call. If you're in sales, right?
Yeah.
We're both in sales.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I took a new job, as I mentioned, I think it was last pod, or 2 pods ago when we first came back. And my mentor, he's like, do you want to call? And I'm not supposed to be calling right now. Like, I'm still learning and doing stuff like that. And I was just like, I mean, yeah. There was some hesitance, in my answer. And I'm like, wait, hold on.
Then you had to poke your chest out.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? No, I've done this before. Like, I know who I am. So I called. Person actually answered. And it was a good call. I didn't get like a sale or anything, but like it was a smooth conversation.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, man, like that was really good. Like for your first call, I thought you would be, a little nervous, but it's like, nah, man, I've been here before. Like, what am I doing, right? Like, it's almost having like a childlike mindset. Like think about a baby. Like when Ryder was, 8 months. And he's on the edge of the bed. Bad parenting, he shouldn't be on the edge of the bed, but they're kids. He's like, he doesn't know if he falls off that bed, he can't brace himself. Like babies there's no fear.
No fear, yeah.
So it's like where does that, how does that like progress? Like how can we not sustain that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I have my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I get it. But it's like if we could just tap into that, like, again, it sounds silly, but just think about it, man. Like babies, they put their finger on the stove, but they don't know, but they just like, all right, I'm gonna do it. The same thing, right? Like, make the call or dunk it. Who cares? So, I mean, I know that was a long-winded answer, but address it, attack it, conquer it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I agree with all of that because I've dealt with my own fears. Like, on the court, I would work. I mean, I was one of the hardest workers, man, when it came to like studying the game, putting work in, on and off the court, doing drills. But I always had this fear to implement it in the game because it's like, what if I lose the ball and I make this move? Or what if I, take this shot that I practiced and made 100 times, but the coach doesn't think it's a good shot and I miss it. And I dealt with that for a long time, man. And, not to get like religious or anything, but part of my overcoming it was, Mom would always say, like, God is not giving you a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. And I would hold on to that, man. Also, it got to a point where, like, I would be disappointed in myself from a basketball perspective because it's like, I'm putting in all this work. Like, God gave me some natural ability.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wasting it.
Yeah.
I'm wasting it. And when I got to the point where I felt like I was disrespecting, higher power in myself and even my family, like, people poured into me, it's like, you know what, man? Just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
I think a lot of fear comes from people try to calculate all the worst, just terrible things that can happen.
And I'm glad you said that. 'Cause I got something I have to address on that too.
They think, and there's a golfer, who's one of the best putters. I forgot his name. No, Brent Snedeker was his name. I was listening to like a podcast about him. And he said something that was powerful, man. He was like, look, most golfers, when they go over the putt, they're tense. And they're thinking about all the ways they can miss the putt. I'm going in thinking, there's a lot of ways I can make this putt.
Yeah.
And I've made it a bunch of times. I go up, I do one practice swing, and I just go up and hit it. You see the same thing with Giannis and these people who shoot free throws. I don't know people who hold the ball long at the free throw line who are good free throw shooters, because they're thinking like.
He goes up there and just be like.
The people that are confident
every time.
The people that are confident, you see it in their eyes. Boom, 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 spin, up. Here's the other thing, and you talked about it. Why do we go from having no fear as a kid to having all this fear? You know why? It's because society and the people around us speak fear into us.
Yeah.
And I got to a point in my life where I'm like, I don't have to receive anything you're telling me. Like, I've talked about this. I ducked the professor for 3 years because everybody said everyone fails her class the first time. So I let that affect me. And I'm like, I'm afraid to take her. This woman is 4'8" and like 101 pounds. Everyone's afraid of her. But she just had high standards. That's it. And
work a little extra harder. That's it.
Yeah, you just couldn't get away with the BS that you get away with in other classes. So one way you can conquer it is don't let other people speak fear and doubt into your mind. Like, you don't have to receive it. If someone says, like, I guarantee you when Andrew and Nico were like, yo, I'm about to go full time, I guarantee you one person at least said, man, what about your benefits?
Insurance.
What about insurance? What are you going to do?
And let's keep it a buck. Most of those people are your parents.
Brothers, cousins, coaches, people close to you. So, like I said, get to the root of it and realize that, like, most of our fears actually never come true.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest,
like,
talking to girls, bro, when I was single, I would think, like, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
How it could go wrong.
Yeah, just
be embarrassing. Yeah, nah.
And a lot of times you just go up and you say, what's up?
And they might be feeling you.
Yeah, a lot of times that's
and they usually are.
Because there's 10 other guys thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
Right.
And then there's 2 that go up there and then someone leaves with her. Or gets her number.
Nobody's paying attention to you in the world. Like,
exactly.
I think that's a big thing.
Like, you're not that important.
You're really not. Like,
you're not that important, man. Seriously.
We all have our own stuff we're dealing with.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Clock in family, Aham here.
Appreciate you all for making it this far into the episode. If you enjoy our content, we've got something special for you. Check out patreon.com/clockin or download the Patreon app that's spelled Patreon and search Clock In the Podcast. You'll have a chance to become a subscriber of the podcast for access to bonus episodes, merchandise discounts, and much more, only at $5.10 a month. The link is also in the podcast description. All right, I'll shut up now and let y'all get back to it. Peace.
And I think what everybody said was like, you gotta live in the now. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I heard. Like,
Yeah,
you
trust
can't worry
me.
about the future of messing up, and you can't worry about the past of you messing up or you keeping your reputation because it's been so good.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do now.
Yeah, man. No, and I what you said on speaking fear, like, I live that, you know, wholeheartedly. You know, I'm in a co-parent situation, right? And we all know the stigma of having a crazy baby mama and all that stuff. And though I tell you all, like, close friends, they bring that energy to me, like, all the time. Like, man, how's it going, man? Like, you know, is she crazy? I'm like, no, like, we're fine. Like, we're in a it's a great co-parenting situation. Like, keep that negative. If we was on the after dark, I might say another word. Keep that negative energy away from me. Like, seriously, you can ask anybody, especially when it comes to, like, the co-parenting situation. Like, I don't play that type of stuff, because when that involves a child, that energy can be put on that child. Right? And that can come from me, that can come from his mom. Just from other people. Because they're projecting, man, I was watching Maury and crazy, like, what? Like, y'all really watch way too many freaking Maury's. What's the other dude?
Dr. Phil.
I'm like, yo, like,
Judge Joe Brown.
like,
Judge Judy.
is this where y'all
VH1.
is this where y'all get, like, your perspective from?
And we'll talk. We may get into this in After Dark, but that's why a lot of people's relationships are messed up.
Yes.
Like, they can't. Like, a lot of people, they can't deal with not being in a dysfunctional situation because they can't talk about it to anybody. They don't have a reason to complain.
It's like, yo, no, there's no drama. Like, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh man, like, is she crazy? Like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no. First of all, it's me, and I don't play with drama. I don't do that type of stuff. Like, we're adults. We can talk. We'll agree to disagree on certain things, but I know the bigger picture, and it's not about me. It's not about her, his mom, right? And yeah, man, I would encourage people to, like, just really pay attention to the energy and what people are saying and bring it to you. Because I'm telling you, man, like, the stuff you put out in the world and the stuff you receive, it'll come back to you.
No doubt.
Trust me.
No doubt, man. And that's why, and it can even be little things, man. Like, I don't need to know that someone committed suicide, like, 2 days ago. Like, I don't, like, why is that the thing you're bringing to me? Hey, did you know this happened? Did you hear about this person and their drama? And it's like, tell me something good. Please, tell me something good. I don't need to, I don't, like, seriously, like, I'm the same way as you.
Yeah, I don't.
Because a lot of people,
I don't play that stuff. Life is way too short, dog. It's way too short. And the podcast you sent me, there's a quote that it's like, yo, this is just so true. He said, you know what people's biggest problem is? And this is like, maybe I'm taking a different route, but he was like, people's biggest problems is that they don't have problems.
Yep.
They don't have problems. And that's more on, like, the motivation side and, like, whatever, but it's like Yeah, I don't play the negativity card. I quickly remove myself from that stuff. We've experienced that with family and, friends. And I'll come back with you as like, hey, did you see, so-and-so, graduated? Like, I don't know. But like, why are you always sending me stuff on, these shootings or this kid at an elementary school ate bad meat and died? Like
and
what?
And now
And now you're in a fearful state.
Yeah, like don't go to Harris Teeter and buy chicken because it could. I'm gonna go buy the chicken. I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna eat it.
And I mean, this COVID stuff too. We could get into that as well, but yeah.
Nah, I mean that was awesome, man. Like I think, we both hit on different ways to conquer it. I'm gonna skip the Ben Simmons part. I mean, that's a whole nother topic that's it's sports related, but it's still related to mental health. Just for the sake of time, I did want to bring this up, man, because I think it's an interesting topic to talk about. Like, what's the difference between mental toughness versus having a good mental health?
Yeah.
Because the reason why I bring that up is because as a man, you're taught, like, don't even give life to weakness and admitting that you're struggling. Like, you got to be mentally tough. You got to fight, do it, and all these other things. And I think that is definitely an attitude that we all have to have.
Yeah, it's needed.
But is that the same thing as being in a good mental health state? You know what I'm saying? And this is open to anybody to talk about, but,
Yeah, I mean, I like what you have of yeah, I mean, a lot of people are soft. And they're soft because, like you said, they like to play that victim crap. Just keeping it buck, right? Not saying that, you may not be going through something. We all are, man. Like, but I go back to that quote, man. A lot of people's problems are that they don't have problems. Because again, the problems that we say we have, they're not real problems, dog.
not in the grand scheme of things.
Like, we live in freaking America. Like, are you serious? We live in America, dog. Like, the most privileged place ever. So yeah, man, I hate to be that guy, but I think a lot of people are soft when it comes to certain things, and they play that victim card of, I'm going through something, I'm gonna go see a therapist. Well, have you tried to work on yourself first before you did that, instead of just, all right, I'm just gonna implode on this therapist. All right, I feel good, and then go back to whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
No, you have to freaking work through something. It's like a fear. You have to conquer it.
Exactly.
To get to a certain mental state. Like, stop making these excuses. And again, we all have mental health struggles.
Yeah.
Like, we all do.
This isn't belittling what you've gone through.
But at a certain point, it's like, yo, accountability has to step in. It has to. Or you're just going to be...
You're going to be miserable for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
You're never going to be happy, because you're not going to think that you have control over improving your situation. Now, there's a difference between I'm trying a bunch of stuff and it's not working. So then now, I need to find help. Now, do I think going to therapy is
no, it's great.
It's a great idea.
It's great.
But it's the same thing that we tell our kids. Yo, you guys are with us twice a week for an hour and a half. If you guys want to be good, you need to do something on your own every day. Every day. Or else you will be the same, or you will go backwards. So
you might feel good, when you might have a good day, but what are you doing to sustain that?
Like for me, mental toughness, in my opinion, is the ability to overcome challenges. Right?
Is that something?
For me, mental health is the awareness, is having awareness of your inner being, your emotions, and honestly, it's having a healthy relationship with you. To me, having a healthy relationship with yourself, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me, it's
there's validity in that.
It's like,
because the battle, it's who's the battle with? It's
with you. So like, I've seen, and again, this isn't. I've had mental health challenges that I've talked about, especially during my basketball career. I mean, to be honest with you, with this whole situation with having a kid, like, it's added a whole nother layer of things that I have to think about and deal with. Am I complaining about it? No. It's still a blessing, but I have to be aware that, look, I need to mentally prepare myself to be a father. And there's only so much I can do, but I know there are certain things in my control that I can do to make sure my mental health
and that's the part that bothers me. I think it's the complaining. Like, okay, so step 1, complain. What's step 2? Complain more or do something about it.
Simple.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. It's like
no one cares either.
Nope.
Nobody cares.
No one wants to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
People will love to hear it.
Yo, my grandma.
They'll let you talk.
My nana says
they don't care.
You know how people say, I can't complain. My nana will say, ask her how she's doing. I can't complain because nobody don't want to hear it.
Nobody cares, bro.
Because nobody don't want to hear it.
This is something Kevin Samuels talks a lot about, and I know he's controversial. This isn't just related to like women.
He's controversial, but he speaks a lot of truth.
He does speak a lot of truth. But he's like, y'all need to go back and listen to like your grandmothers and great grandmothers. And same with us when it comes to our grandfathers and great grandfathers. Like they kept things so freaking simple. And I think that's why people's mental health is all over the place, because the world is just it's just so much more complex.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be for you, right? And so you talked about having a victim mentality. I think as men, we struggle with being vulnerable, right? So it's like, how do you find the balance of being vulnerable, but not being a victim, coming off as a victim?
Yeah. No, it's tough just because the social norm of men and what's expected of men, right? Like, men, we've been expected to be leaders, right? And as a leader, it's hard for you to show vulnerability, and yeah, like it's when this is, I don't know. When has I don't want to like make this a battle, but like, do women ever like ask men like, yo, like, how are you? Does that ever happen?
Hey, tell me.
Like, seriously.
No,
is that ever like, I've never been asked that question. I had a baby after like 3 months of not knowing. And I'm not picking on anyone, but it's like, yo, how are you?
There's one person who asks that consistently, and that's mom.
Yeah.
My mom's the only one who's like, yo, like, how are you doing?
And it's not like the woman's fault.
Do you ask your homies that?
Yeah, all the time. If I know if like they've been through something, like I've got one of my best friends, and he would openly like say like he was struggling. So yeah, I'm gonna check in on homie.
But you might not know, somebody's going through something. That's what I'm.
He's saying like randomly, just like, hey. Man,
I just don't think that's. Again, that's because how men are.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. I'm just saying in general, it's like,
When
And
the little boy falls, you're supposed to look away and not like.
right.
You don't pay it any attention.
Right.
So it just evolves into.
I think he's talking more about a relationship.
Yeah, like in a relationship, in a marriage, in a household, it's like, yo, you're doing all this stuff, you got all this pressure, like, yo, how are you?
But that's what it's society.
Exactly.
Groomed us.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
So, all right, here, I'm glad you brought this up because there's this knock on men not expressing themselves enough, right? It's valid. But sorry, women, y'all express yourselves way too much sometimes.
And as soon as a man tells a woman how he feels, what's the first thing they gonna say? You acting soft. You acting like a baby.
You're being sensitive.
You're being sensitive. Man up. So
then it's like, well, I don't even want to do this anymore. But again, like their society and just the way that I don't know things have I don't know how long this has been going on, but women are used to talking about their problems in general. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You don't see men talking about how trash women are in relationships and in the dating scene on social media. You don't see it. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That's all I see on social media. Until they get a man.
Men are trash.
And then they get a man and then they're not trash anymore. All that stuff stops. But it's like, but to your point, it's like, I'm being honest. Like,
Come on.
I'm being honest, man.
Honest hour.
And this is a good segue into the Kevin Hart and Will's Red Table, and we can wrap up because I do want to talk about it. You know, I have a lot on my plate.
Man, what?
I have a lot on my plate. Okay. So, me hearing and having to digest other people's problems all the time, or just in general, I'm just gonna say it's selfish.
Very selfish.
It's selfish. And I'm talking about anybody. I'm talking about anybody, and it would be selfish of me to do the same thing because there's been times where people have asked me, and I can be a talker sometimes, and I catch myself. I'm like, yeah, like I've been talking about myself way too much. Like, how are you? You know, how can I pray for you? All whatever, but people have to think about what is it like. What is it like to be in this person's shoes?
That doesn't happen.
And what do they need? What do they need right now?
That's the problem. It doesn't happen enough. It doesn't happen enough. You know, like Nico was saying, these social norms, you know, men not being vulnerable, and women being maybe too vulnerable. Like there needs to be a balance. And again, I didn't want to pick on women or something, but I think it's true, man. It's like, you know, we don't get that same opportunity sometimes to like to be vulnerable. When you know that person is going through a lot of stuff. But use the word selfish, and women can be selfish.
I mean, we all can be, but again, and we can talk about this on After Dark in more detail.
Yeah.
Very few women. Very few women, other than maybe in the beginning, like the first time you talk, what do you look for in a woman? You know, this superficial stuff, right? But after that, it's usually like it's never really talked about. Like what does a man need? Like what exactly do we need in a partner? Because in relation to mental health, like either you're helping that man's mental health or you're hurting his mental health. There's no in between. Either you're helping it. So a lot of y'all who are men, and they're doing it with the right heart, like men, you know, they struggle with, and suicide is bigger among men, blah, blah, blah. But let me ask you this, and I'm going to put Vanessa Bryant on blast. She sat up there and said in his Hall of Fame speech, I never gave Kobe credit to his face because I didn't want his head to get too big. That's a good thing to you? I don't condone him cheating, but a lot of I'm getting into after dark. All right, let me chill. But let's talk about the red table real quick, and then I'll be done. We can wrap up.
That Patreon it's
gonna be different, man. Y'all gotta tap in. So Kevin Hart and Will Smith had a red table, just talking about fatherhood and just a man's mental health. They both had tough situations. Like Kevin Hart's dad was on drugs, Will Smith's dad was abusive, and fatherhood really is this, to me.
It's a backbone.
It's the backbone of a man's mental health.
It's the backbone of society.
For sure. But when you're raising boys and girls, but especially we're talking about men's mental health, like the father's mental health state and how they act, that's the beginning of forming a young man's mental health.
Yeah.
Right. And Kevin Hart talked about how like his dad would say, hey, I'm going to show up on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. He'd be looking in the window, wouldn't show up. So what I wanted to just touch on real quick is like a father's broken promise will destroy a young boy's mental health. Like it really does.
And when we say that, we mean like in this situation where, like if dad was like, hey man, your dad that's present and it's like, hey man, I'm gonna get you some ice cream, but he has to work late. Like that's just a one-time thing or whatever.
Yeah, but even if he's present, like, hey man,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Not like the one time or something.
Yeah, but like this was a constant for Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And he was longing for that. But yeah, go back to
No, I was just gonna say, not to get religious, but like the reason why like Christians trust God the Father is because if you look throughout the Bible, he always fulfilled his promise. He always did. Even whether we deserve to have that fulfilled or not. So, I'm preparing myself as a father, and it's like, whatever I promise my kids, I have to freaking own up to it.
I mean, it's probably one of the most valuable lessons, like, just in life, right? Like, we've talked about this before. Like I made a 4-year commitment to play and study at Eli University. And with my teammates and brothers who became brothers, like I couldn't leave those guys. I couldn't because, and I'm not saying we made a promise, but it was one of those things that, what was not said, it was just we knew what it was. And when I tell you like that's one of those things that will always be respected from a man.
Yeah,
is keeping a promise.
Yep.
And delivering on that promise.
Yep.
Like I'll be brothers with those guys. I just came back from bachelor party. I've been in both of their weddings.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's like one of the most just valued things, you can do as a person.
Right.
Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna freaking do it. Exactly. And for those who, wonder why our podcast has sustained itself and gotten better and grown, it's just because we're committed to keeping our promises to each other. Yeah. And
to ourselves. That's the number one promise you have to keep. It's to yourself first.
And you know what that does to your mental health and confidence?
Your confidence.
Like the fact that we've done this, 44 times. Like I was telling somebody the other day, it's like, yeah, man, on episode 44, they're like, yo, like, that's crazy. I've seen several podcasts that have been started and they're not continuing on.
No.
So,
and this isn't to pump ourselves up, but it's just, I have confidence in myself and in him that if I ask him to do something or he asks me to do something, and everybody here, Nico, Andrew, Katie,
yo, it's Friday night at 11:00. Like, Nico could be out in the city right now.
And
why gotta be me?
And he doesn't live close like that.
I'm just saying, like,
you could be on a date. Like,
nah, I be chilling, bro.
I'm just saying you could.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you could.
On my computer all
Katie
the
comes
time.
from Fredericksburg, okay? She's
committed. She's
not
like,
even
that gas money.
She's not even. She's
Yeah.
not even. See, that's why she bumped the price up. Okay?
Yeah.
As soon as we figured out she was from Fredericksburg, she gonna bump the price up. Okay.
Yeah. I feel that.
Andrew lives in. You live in Ashburn, right?
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is stay with Andrew tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's none of my business. Okay. Nah, I'm joking. But everybody's committed to you know, to doing the look. This is completely separate, right? You wanna know how I respect Andrew?
What?
You wanna know how I respect Andrew?
Don't be
So
stupid.
Andrew does. All right, he just started working with our stuff for the goods, right? And we had an agreement that we will give him a certain amount of days notice.
Yep.
Okay, the 2 back-to-back weeks. I hit him the day before.
Yes, sir.
In nothing. I didn't get. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because honestly,
Andrew
here's what would have
Left
happened.
you on red.
Here's what would have happened.
Yeah. You ever been left on that before?
All
Yes.
the time, bro.
Yes.
All the time. I ain't got no shame.
Not that I'm a bad dude or we're bad people. I mean, it was last minute, and I didn't expect you to say yes. But if he would have said yes, then guess what would happen? I would have gotten in the habit of
Just
hitting it up last minute, and then all of a sudden he has to cancel a date with Katie, and our social media is trash for the next month.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm like, what is going? Katie hasn't posted anything in a month. What is going on?
Did the wire go through? Hold on.
Yeah. But did the Apple Pay? Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Last thing I'll say, man, and then we can wrap up. So, man, Kevin Hart and Will talked a lot about how to get to where they are, like as far as being successful, they had to have this mentality of, look, I'm logical. Like, I gotta make the right decision. I need you here. I need you here. I don't care if you feel like doing it. Like, feelings wasn't a part of their formula for success.
Yeah, the mission.
Right? So I don't really care about your feelings. Like, just get it done. And Will realized, like, once he had his daughter, like, no, like, I have to care about how people feel. It happened with me, literally, in the Lifetime League.
Yeah.
That's literally. I mean, not that like I wasn't, as a freaking drill sergeant, but I'm like, yo, this is what we got to do to win.
Marshall be talking crazy to these grown men with families.
There's more to come as far as football. Yeah, we're coming back. We're gonna know that.
So I had to learn, like, yo, it doesn't matter if what you said was right. Like, you got to communicate a certain way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, communication, that's the vehicle to everything, man. You have to be able to communicate. And it's tough, man. I struggle with it, as a father, as a, boyfriend, brother. It's everything, man. Yeah. Words truly do matter.
Yeah.
They truly do matter.
Shout out to Pastor Hamilton podcast.
Yeah.
Words matter.
Clock in.
Yeah, man.
Clock in.
And also the delivery matters, right? Like, me, I'm trying to remember, but me and Jess, we didn't get into it. Gosh, what happened? Basically, you know what? Is when I was getting my pedicure, and I'm like, I was wearing my sweats because I was cold from being in the house, and I just wore them out. And she's like, why aren't you wearing shorts? And I'm like, I mean, I can roll up my pants. Like why is that such a big deal? And then I low key I didn't go off, but I went on a little rant. And I'm like, you see what I'm matching your energy. Like all you had to do was say, hey,
Thank you.
Like maybe you should have just wore like shorts.
Yes.
Like that might have been easy for you.
Yes.
Like in that tone, I would have been like, oh,
yes.
yo, you're right.
Yes.
Like I'll go back and change real quick.
Yeah.
But when you're like,
yep.
why aren't you wearing shorts?
Preach. And I'm guilty of.
Yeah, we all are. But and I'm not picking on her, but I'm just using that as an example. Like the words that your delivery is key. Because at that point I'm like yo, I'm like.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like I'm ready to square up. I'm ready to square up.
I'm a grown man. If I want to wear some pants, I'll wear some pants.
But it's
and
like
now you're definitely not gonna put the shorts on.
Yeah, and of course I didn't, and I rolled them up because it's like, that goes back to my other point of freaking inspecting. Like, why does that freaking matter? I can pull up my shorts or my pants, and still get the same pedicure. She's gonna do my calves. I got great calves, by the way.
Hold on, what was my nickname growing up? We
used to call Marshall straights, dog, because he didn't have no calf muscles. Like, that joint was just straight, son.
If you would have done like this,
with the slow sign,
them joints was not. Look, back then, because that was like 7th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade.
Slop socks.
Look, my legs were so skinny, bro. They had to have the ultimate elasticity for them joints to stay up. Because as soon as I started moving,
to this day, bro.
Look,
yeah, fact.
Them joints was down here. You see, I put some lotion on the ankles in there.
To this day, bro. That's why I can only wear joggers. I can't wear no sweatpants no more. I'll float away in the wind. There's so much material.
oh my god.
I feel that.
So much material.
I feel that.
I'm with you, man. But now, for real, this is the last thing I want to say on this topic, and then we can wrap up. Basically, Kevin was saying how, look, he said I'm the CEO of a bunch of ish. Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and by the time I get to like home, I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's like I'm tired. So I'm not thinking about like emotion, but he realized like I don't have to be freaking Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the mental health struggle of every man. They feel like they have to be the problem solver. Yeah. And he realized like, look, I just need to freaking be there for my kids and make good decisions.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to.
That's
so
it, man.
Just wrapping up. Anything else you wanted to touch on there?
Nah, man. I think that was solid. You know.
We got into some stuff, man. In closing, look, we haven't done this at all in season 3 just because we took a break. But the Clocking MVP segment is back. Okay. So
you must have got a raise or something.
It's still for the month, champ. Okay. We're not going back to the week, but
I'm playing.
So this is someone that we've known for a minute, man, since middle school. You were in class with his sister, actually, I think, growing up in middle school.
No doubt.
Now, this dude's been a supporter of the pod. He's had gear. He's clocking in, like, working out, father, husband, and just always smiling. Like, always has good vibes, man.
Good dude.
So, our clocking MVP goes to no other than Oliver Lannis.
I think it's Giannis.
Lannis?
I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, sorry if you butchered that, Oliver, but appreciate you, man.
Oliver, he's in the best shape I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he be getting it in.
Like I said, positive dude. He just got a crib out in West Virginia, doing big things, man. Progressing in his job, and it's way overdue. Like it's just way overdue. So, congrats to Oliver. I do want to shout out Mike Newhall. He completed this 30-day workout challenge. I think it ended today. Shout out to Mike, man. Speaking of challenges, we're gonna have some stuff coming out for you in the next couple of weeks, man. We're gonna start doing these clock-in challenges where we really want to get people to have a framework of how they can clock in holistically. So myself, a potential new member of the team named Brittany Wakeman, her friend Tevin Newman, we did this challenge where we had to meditate for 10 minutes, get outside 15 minutes, read a chapter a day, have a set diet, work out 30 minutes a day, again, holistically. And it really has helped all of us. So this isn't a competition. We're not going to keep tabs, but it's just to get people, again, like a way to better themselves, man, because that's what it's about. Pastor Hamilton Podcast, the last 3 episodes of his Holiness the Hart series is dropping in the next couple of weeks. And then lastly, we have some mental health resources for men for y'all, man. So check out mantherapy.org. You can also check out the National Institute of Mental Health. There's a site called Movember, so like Move and then Ember, Mental Health America, and Heads Up Guys. So we're gonna have some links hopefully for y'all on the YouTube. But look, man, y'all take care of y'all mental. Have a blessed week, man.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, you got an announcement.
Quick announcement.
You got an announcement.
Keep it short and sweet. Your boy is about to have another child. My guy Roger's gonna be a big brother. Another blessing coming due December. Yeah, man, it's another Hamilton, and you know, y'all gonna see what gender it is on IG tomorrow. Actually,
yeah.
It's Friday, so y'all see that tomorrow. But yeah, man, love y'all.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all,
man.
And we'll holler at y'all.
See y'all next week,
yes, sir. Shout out to Jessica, man. That's the mother. Can't forget that. Love you, Jess. Y'all knew that, though.
Clock in. Clock in.
I'm grinding, I hustle. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what we do. We getting this money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.